Oh, Tony's penis.
What? Wow. We didn't discuss this. All right, so we're opening with Tony's dick joke. Hey everybody, what's up? I'm Tony G. That's the beautiful Alex Rios over there. And if you're looking at our ugly faces, that's because you've reached another fun-filled, exciting, out of this fucking world episode of This Is the Future.
Unfortunately.
Bet your ass, man. I'm feeling a little bit of that unfortunateness. I think maybe both of us are a little physically.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, we are. We're both we're both kind of in the shitter, aren't we?
Oh man, it's funny you say that. That's right where I feel a lot of my business right now. I haven't pooped in a couple of days. Today it just happened right before the show. I spent an hour in the green room. It's like, come on, poop, let's happen.
I that's unfortunate. I kind of had the opposite of that.
I'll trade you.
All right.
You get backed up. I'll take the shits for an hour. How about that?
Right.
Did you know you could do that, people? You can swap bowel issues.
Yeah, you can slap in, tag in.
Right. Someone has to have the issue at all times, but it's like the passing of the virus. Like, there you go. You take the shits. There you go.
Passing of the torch, of the virus torch.
Oh man. So how you been, man?
Well, not amazing. I tested positive for COVID on Sunday night, which was shitty, but
yeah,
I felt like it was just my turn,
That's what I'm saying, right?
I just like a lot of people I know this far into it. I mean, it's over 2 years, right? So it just, a lot of people, I mean, I don't mean to be so about it, but it is a big deal still, but obviously it's just,
Well, it's 2 years old and people were over it a long time ago, so people are just tired of hearing about it. But if you have it, it's still unfortunate,
I think it's definitely easier now. I mean, I'm triple vaccinated, and people were dying from it, and maybe still people are, but I'm getting on the other side of it. I'm not 100%, but I'm feeling a lot better. And
right.
So I tested positive on Sunday night, and today's Thursday, right? And I've just been watching everything on every streaming service.
Same here, man.
Isn't it weird when you do that, when you just binge and you're sick or you're laid up in some sort, you watch everything, but then at the end you kind of feel like you watched nothing?
Yeah. I don't even think I can remember what I watched. I've been doing it for 2 weeks. Yeah. I feel like there was something really good. I'll throw something. Let me see what can I think of, just for people that are looking for streaming ideas real quick. I'll throw stuff out. You throw some stuff out. The new Tony Hawk thing came out for those who have HBO. That's a good one.
Right. Okay.
Something about the wheels falling off is the name of the documentary, but
Okay.
It's good. So if you have that, Netflix, I'm almost finished with the series called Inventing Anna.
Okay.
That's really good. If you've seen Ozark, that's the blonde girl in there that plays Ruth. She's the main character in this new series. There's a lot of series out there about people, con artists. Like there's another one called The Tinder Swindler, I think I suggested. There's just a shitload of documentaries about people getting ripped off one way or the other.
The Tinder Swindler.
Yeah, the Tinder Swindler. They come up and they go. You ever notice how Netflix is just cranking shit out? So you'll turn it on and it'll be like, bong.
Yeah.
And you'll see this thing and be like, he came up to me and he stole my baseball cards. Like, here's a 7-part documentary about the stolen baseball cards. And you're like, fuck, I could watch this. I have 7 hours. And you start it. Then you pass out, you wake up and you turn on Netflix 8 hours later. Bong, something else. You're like, the fuck is this? And this was the Tinder Swindler. So the point is that it comes up and it looks like a big deal. And then it goes away. It's gone. Now no one knows what I was talking about, but the Tinder Swindler was all the rage for like 16 minutes on Netflix one day.
Swindler Tindler.
Yeah, the Swindler Tindler. That's right. The Swindler Tindler. That sounds nasty.
Swindler Tindler.
I don't know if you want to be a Tindler. Is that a good thing?
I'm gonna swindle your Tindler. I'm gonna Tindler your Swindler.
It sounds like it kind of sounds like something that you would do with lumber, but if you were English. Like, I'm a Tindler. Like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
Doesn't make a lot of sense as
Yeah, it sounds like you'd be like an English guy that's like on a roof with your pants rolled up with curly shoes. I'm a tender swindler, like running
Hello,
around.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Jumping from gutter to gutter to hell. I'm a Tinder swindler, and there's like
I'm a Tinder swindler. He's a Tinder
you're
swindler.
playing a flute, and you got legs of a deer or something, jumping around.
Walt Disney's all over that shit.
Yeah, we just created something. We're, $1 million, Tony.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I was pretty sick on Tuesday, and Monday and Tuesday was probably my sickest days.
Mm-hmm.
This might be a little bit too much information, but I coughed so hard I shit my pants.
That's kind of cool. Where were your pants at the time?
They weren't on my body. They were on somebody else's body. I shit my pants on someone else shit my pants.
That's exactly what I figured.
Yeah. I coughed so hard I shit someone else's pants. No, I was just sitting there. I was all sick. I was watching something. I was like, oh, fucking. And I just had like a coughing fit, and I coughed so hard I just hammer dropped.
Damn, dude.
But it's this time it wasn't from too many burritos and tequila. It was just from being sick.
Yeah, just you're just nothing but an exit ramp at every end.
And I don't mean to downplay COVID or anything, because it's nothing to downplay, but I have been sicker in my life. I did feel like shit. I probably have like 101 temperature or something, but I have been sicker in my life. But I'm glad I'm over it. You know what I mean? Because
you're vaccinated, so I'd imagine, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, because I don't want to downplay it, because people have died and it's ruined the world for a long time. And
right.
But yeah, I'm just glad. Callie, like, she tested positive, but she didn't get sick at all. So, and she's sitting right next to me, hacking, me shitting myself. So, not directly next to me, but
that's love, man.
Yeah.
Give me some Depends, sweetie.
I shot up really fast. I was like, whew, just jumped up. She's like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Nope,
nope,
gotta go.
Need some new underpants."
Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm coming on the other side of it. I should be up and at 'em on either tomorrow or Saturday. So see how it goes.
Right on, man.
Got to pass the test,
True.
How about you, man? How's the rocks in your pee going?
I don't know what the status is. I go to the doctor tomorrow, get another x-ray. Hopefully this is the last visit I have to make. I can go the fuck back to work.
Right.
But I wanted to be cleared before I went back, because you can't see it. You can only feel it. And after you've been feeling this shit for weeks, you don't know what you're feeling anymore.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you've been going through a lot. Like, what's the story?
So now, like, I went in for the, whatever you call it, the whatever it was, the procedure, and they basically knock your ass out, put you over like radiation, I guess, and just sit there externally sending waves into the stones. That's the way they explained it. I don't know, it's pretty fucked up when they were explaining it to me, but it's like, whatever. So they did that, and then there's I don't know what's going on now. Like, hopefully tomorrow we'll find out what the hell's going on. All I know is like, once they finished it, like, basically like, okay, you should be able to go back to work within 2 days. And that was Tuesday and yesterday. Those were the worst fucking 2 days of it. It felt worse after I got that. I felt worse than with the stones, just having the stones. Like, fuck, I'll just take the kidney stones if this is what it feels like. And then they were like, oh, well, we put a stent, like an extra tube in me, like a bypass. I don't know I don't even want to know where it is. I don't want to know. I'm like, wait, what, where? And like, now I'm all paranoid. I'm gonna touch some stitches I don't know about, or I'm just like, honestly, right now, it feels like I sat on an axe. Like, that's what I feel at the moment. I'm just like, fuck, am I splitting in two? Like, that's what I mean. I don't know. But earlier it would feel like Like when I go pee, I feel like someone literally was like, "Rah!" grabbing my kidney, and then I'd be like trying to pee, but I would bend over because it would hurt so bad while I'm going. This is after the surgery. I'm just like, oh Jesus fuck. So that I called the doctor. I was supposed to go back to work today, and I called him, tried to get a hold of him. For like, I sat here for like 24 hours, hurting like a motherfucker. Almost
Yeah.
went back to the ER. Um, but anyway, finally, just kind of figured out. He's like, "Oh," I was like, "Listen, I want pain pills, but no opiates," because he gave me some shit with. So I was
Yeah.
like, "I'm done with that." I said, "I need to get off of that. I need to be on." So he sent me some pills. It says like it burns when it pees. I was like, I could have used these when I lived in Thailand. I mean, that's really would have been great. You have pills for that, just that?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Tell somebody. But I don't know. It's so then I took this morning, I woke up, felt like shit again. But long
Yeah.
story short, like I think I got myself, I'm just taking Motrin
Hmm.
and the pills that they gave me. I don't think nothing's a narcotic. Um, so I'm just hoping, as long as they say, like, my concern is that you have to leave this stent in there because it's kind of like a bypass for the urine while the body tries to pass the stones.
Yeah.
There's another rock in me, and if they don't get that one broken up, we got to go through this shit all over again.
Fuck, man.
So really, all I'm trying to do is just find the right pills that'll get me through the day without me being doped up, so I don't sell the wrong shit to the wrong people on the phone.
That's
That's
key.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's weird when you're off of work for a long time, you think that you would be happy, but I don't know. I feel like it's like postpartum shit. I feel guilty for not being there.
That's part of being an adult, right? I guess now, or like not even part of it, it's just like the mindset. Your mindset has changed. Because I remember even when I was like out of high school, around 19 to 21, if I could not be at work, that'd be great. Like
Yeah,
if
I
I
didn't
could
really
say,
care. Yeah.
yeah, but now that I'm like, I'm gonna be 35 here coming up, and so it's like, fuck, I need to. I'm getting bored just sitting around, and I'm like, man, I could do some stuff around the house, but I'm like, no, I'm over here shitting my pants. I can't go mow the lawn.
Right. Exactly.
So I don't know, like I get, just being like, feeling bad that you're not at work,
Well,
but
that too, and like people like coming over and checking on me and shit and seeing me in pain, and they're like, I feel bad for them seeing it. It's like, I don't know, you can't help me.
yeah,
Like, like, sorry, man. Like, and they're like, I'm sorry. I get tired of people telling you that they're sorry. But like, hey, unless you shoved an axe up my ass, we're fine.
yeah.
Nothing you can do about it at all. Don't worry about it.
So where did they enter in your body for the
I don't, I, this is what's interesting about modern society. No one seems to tell you anything. You have to ask. I don't know. I didn't even think to ask. I don't know what happened. I guess
you
everything
don't
went
know
in my
what
piss hole,
you don't know
my
what
asshole. I don't see any new holes anywhere.
oh, so they didn't cut you open.
Not that I don't think so. I think they probably went through my brother. I don't know, man. Once you're out, you're out. They could have cut me open and put in some silver coins into my left foot for all I know. I wouldn't, unless I saw a scar. I'd have no fucking idea.
That's kind of scary in a way.
Maybe
I
they
mean,
put a horn in me, like when I fart, like honk honk, like.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, kids are gonna come up to you, Tony, and go like this.
Oh yeah. But the one thing that was weird, I called the doc yesterday and I was like, I need something without opiates, and he was like, oh, he gave me these pills. And he told me right away, he says it's gonna turn your piss yellow, or you turn your piss orange.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay. He's like, I don't want you to worry. I was like, hey doc, no offense, but I've been pissing blood, rocks, and small toys, whatever the hell's coming out of my dick for the last couple of weeks. So I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if we're turning red to orange, great. This is kind of like DEF CON 4. What the fuck's going on? I don't care.
You're like, listen, Doc. I don't know if you know me, but I'm Dr. Pineapple.
That's
Give
right.
me a time right here.
I'm looking
And
for. I'm trying to get down to golden yellow here.
yeah, I've been peed on, and peed on a lot of things. You know what I mean? I don't care if it's orange.
The weird thing is that my toilet's like pink, like it's just an ugly pink toilet,
Yeah, well, I
and I
mean,
picked that out. But in any case, I have to piss into a strainer. Been doing this for weeks, And so piss has been everywhere. We talked about that, but now I have a bigger strainer. And so when I started taking these pills yesterday, all of a sudden it just like the whole strainer, it just basically looks like I chugged a fuck ton of Gatorade in my bathroom
Uh,
and made a mess with it because of like drips and splashes. I try to clean up, but you see like, you're in there like questioning your if you're still alive when you take these tremendously fun pisses. But in
yeah,
any case, like, and then when you're like, so like, it's like a big strainer, you piss in it. It's like orange Gatorade, and then right away you got to know if you have any particles because that's what you're trying to get. It's kind of like that thing when you go to the amusement park and you can buy a bag of rocks and shake them out in the water. And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's like that, except pissing Gatorade into a funnel over a pink toilet, and then you're looking for piss, for the little problems that have been, looking for your
Right.
little rocks. So it's been a fun fucking process. And there I'm like thinking to myself, should I try to explain to work that I'll need more time to do this, or just take more time? You know what I mean? Like, I'll
Right.
just come back when I'm 100%, because this is fucking stupid.
Dude.
Yeah, so it's just weird. It's like, and then there's other people that like, it's like you turn 40 and everybody gets something, if not sooner, but everybody gets something around 40. Like I know people who have gout. I know people who have kidney stones. Everybody gets some stupid little thing that other people can't even see. So when you're
Right.
hanging out with them and they just start bitching, you're like, what's wrong with you? But like, oh, I have kidney stones. I'm like, yeah, fuck you. Let's go to the mall. You're like, they can't see it. You know what I mean? So now you
Right.
have something you get to bitch about that makes you sound old. Like now I have something I have to bitch about probably for the rest of my life.
Sure.
And everybody gets something. I'm like, ooh, what'd you get? What the fuck you get to complain about that I can't see? Some
Mhm.
invisible fucking pain. I'm like, yeah, yeehaw. Stupid and a fucking waste of money.
See, I'm fortunate. I got some of that stuff before I turned 40. When I was like 26, I got shingles. I had shingles. Like pretty sure I had plantar fasciitis. Pretty sure. You know,
What's that?
that's when you're basically when your heels hurt on your feet,
Oh yeah, yeah. I've got okay. Yep.
and that's basically when you're just on your feet too much. A lot of runners get it, and I'm definitely a runner. I'll tell you that much.
Fuck yeah, you are. I can't believe you didn't get it before you did.
Yeah, I know. I'm fucking. Only running I'm doing is in my pants. Jesus.
Alex Marathon Rios over there.
That's what they call me. For fucking A. God damn it.
You see, what was that movie? Run, Fat Boy, Run. Was that what it's called? Sorry, fucking with you. Sorry. There is a movie called Run, Fat Boy, Run.
Serious, it's isn't it one of the guys from Shaun of the Dead? Isn't it?
Yeah, it's him. He's
Yeah, yeah.
literally, it is a movie.
Run, Pepper. Fucking A.
uh, trying to be nice and funny at the same time. It's hard.
Yeah, I'm. If there's one thing I believe in, Tony, that's fitness. Tell you.
Switch the I to an A, and you got your word, buddy. I'm sorry. I'm stopped.
Don't apologize for the jokes, man. It makes it less funny. Keep it going. Let's
All
do
right,
it.
all right.
What are you doing apologizing?
It's not
Yeah.
funny. It was funny when apparently it was funny when big kids are making fun of my skinny ass we were kids, but now that I'm skinny making fun of big people, it's not funny. So I don't know where that happened.
Well, I guess I'm not a people because it's fine with me.
No, no, yeah, I mean in general I get paranoid, but
Yeah, yeah, don't
but
apologize.
the main thing I'm bummed about is that as I mentioned to you yesterday, like I'm not going to be able to go to opening day for the Phillies, and I don't who gives a shit, but I do. It was going to be a nice fucking day.
Sure.
So, oh well, I'm not doing that shit. I don't even know if I can have a fucking beer or if I should. I'm so paranoid to put anything in my body. Like it's gonna come out sideways or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll tell you this. I would way. It's by the sounds of it. I would way rather have COVID than.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh
being
hell yeah. I
pissed.
had COVID too. I don't know what's going on. Like, all of a sudden I'm getting everything. Like what the
I
fuck?
ever since you told me that what's going on with you, like that you pissing rocks, is I've been drinking a lot of water, and I usually don't drink a whole lot of water. Which
Well,
is
what the sad thing is like I do drink a lot of water. I am healthy-ish. You can get kidney stones from too much sugar, too much protein, too much breathing. It can come from fucking anything. So And I said it's kind of like a roulette wheel spinning around, and when you get a certain, that your life, some point, it's like bing, you get this shit to deal with, and you get this shit to deal with. It's like, cool, man. But I never like missing work. And it sounds stupid, it would seem like I enjoy it, but I don't. Because
I get it.
you're not, I don't know, it's just weird. It's like you're not really off, and if you feel good one day when you're out, you feel like shit. You're like, oh, I should probably be at work. No, I
Well, I
hate that.
mean, that was being in school. That was like when you got to enjoy not being there because you were sick.
I
And
worried back then. I think I worried back then too, because I was stupid and had a really hard time with homework. So, I mean, I
did too.
kind of, it depended on the year, because a couple of years I just didn't give a shit. I was like, homework. I used to throw the papers in the trash on the way out. I was like, I'm not doing it.
Fuck this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Mm.
It shows.
Hey, well, Tony, birds of a feather. You know what I mean?
Fucking A, that's right, crash together. No, that was, I think if I said this before, but this is no shit. Um, 8th grade, teacher decides he wants to burn cannabis for us, and he brings in the police, and they have to get a permission slip signed. Well, I never gave my parents any paperwork because it was usually always bad.
Like he smoked weed in front
No,
of
I
you?
wish. No, he burned pot in the room. And the logic was he wanted every kid to know, no shit, wanted every kid to know what weed smelled like so they could stay away from it. I can't even say that without a straight face. I swear to God, man. 8th grade science teacher burned marijuana in the classroom with police present. I don't know how the fuck, seriously. And this was in England. It was a DOD school, Department of Defense, American kids living in an English country, in a foreign country, DOD school. So I don't know how they got away with it. It was military police that came out and burned the weed.
Right.
But looking back, it's fucking hilarious. It's like, oh my God, because my age was right around when the cards came out, medical is, so
Mhm.
basically this guy just put the hook in the water. It's like, hey, you guys want to know what pot smells like? It's like, basically, I want these kids to know what pot smells like so they know where the good parties are. Because that's all it does. I know what that is. Come on, Timmy. Fuck
Yeah.
this shit. We're leaving the playground. We're going to that house.
Making them smoke the whole pack is not a good theory when it comes to pot. I'm sorry. Like that's not like, what are you gonna do? Like just, give your kid a blowjob so he won't be gay, like come on. Like
But here's the funny thing. The reason I brought that up to say that's the only day that I can really remember that I wanted to attend class and I couldn't because I didn't get it signed. It was me and some other knucklehead, and they put us outside the door, right? Like
Right.
outside the door to the room, the school room. There's like 30 kids in there, and we're listening to them all, and the drug dog's barking. I don't know why they have a drug dog in there. It's pretty obvious,
Yeah.
And so me and this other kid, we're 2 kids that definitely should be in that room. We're probably the only 2 kids that smoke weed that were in that room. Who knows? But no shit. It was my idea to be like, hey man, we can smell this shit under the door. And so when they open the door, like the cops and shit, they see the 2 of them, they just see, we're like, oh, hey, what's up? It was a
You're
big
like,
room. I didn't smell anything. I didn't know what pot was. Anyway, I missed it. And that's the only permission slip, that I really, well, that's the one time I wish was able to go to class that I didn't,
right.
because I could smell weed, but I still found it. So obviously it worked out.
Hey, teach, you gotta put a towel under the door. You gotta
He comes out, I'm wearing a towel around my head. It's like, woo, woo, woo.
Yeah,
Cover
fucking
my
ready to
face.
party.
Yeah, cover my face. Oh shit. Yeah, man. Anything else great? This is funny because both of us have been like, nothing too crazy has happened. At least not while like crazy things have happened. Just
Sure.
we've been at home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's been a blur the last 2 or 3 days, 3-4 days, just like.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got sick right when Will Smith slapped the shit out of Chris Rock.
Yeah, kind of around that same time-ish.
That's great. Yeah, that's fun. I mean, it gives you something to look at for a few days.
Which was kind of funny.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel so many different ways about it. Like you know, I feel like a lot of comedians are mad. Like if you look like tons of comedians are talking about it just because they're like it give people the wrong idea that you go up on stage and slap somebody for what they're saying.
That's the
Which makes a lot
exact
of sense.
same. I was wondering what your first thought was, and that's, I don't know if that's what your first thought was, but that was
Oh
my
yeah.
first thought.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been approached on stage and had to been like kind of break character, been like, get the fuck off. That's happened a few times. Probably I could think of it like twice. One time I had to put my hand up and this drunk guy hit my hand and he fell over his table. Nachos and beer went flying everywhere. It was a pretty good time. But I mean, like, there's been yeah, I've seen people get approached and people had to like, you know, like it happens.
Right.
And so you see two of the most famous people and on the biggest stage, you know, in entertainment and show business, who's the Oscars, right?
Yeah.
That's what it was, right? Yeah.
Right.
You know, and one of Chris Rock, one of the all-time greats, you know, has been doing it for a very long time. One of the most successful blockbuster movie stars out there, Will Smith, you know, smacking the shit out of Chris Rock might give people the idea that they could go up at a comedy show and assault somebody for what they said. And it was so stupid because it was such an easy joke. First of all, it was so outdated. Like,
Yeah, it took me a minute because I could. Well, anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
I mean, no, you're right, because it's like, when was G.I Jane? Like mid-90s, something like
It
that.
took me a minute because yeah, I didn't understand. I wasn't watching the Oscars. I only saw the clip.
Yeah, I only
So
saw
I was like, G.I Jane. I was like, I didn't know. Honestly, I couldn't see their head was. I didn't know her head was shaved. I couldn't
Yeah.
see that her head was shaved. So I was like, oh, are they doing G.I Jane too? Like that's where I was.
you're like, oh,
Like I fucking love that movie. I was like so stoked as I'm watching. I'm like, oh, that's exciting news. And then he comes up and unwinds. Will Smith unwinds on Chris Rock, and I'm like, I'm like, that doesn't seem right. And then
Right.
it's like, I was like, huh. And then he sat down, and then I heard him like, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And I'm just like,
out of motherfucking mouth.
huh. I was like, I don't think they are making a G.I Jane too.
I don't think they're making a movie.
Does this mean that's not happening? I was excited.
Oh, that's a bummer. Someone's a movie coming out. Yeah,
They will have one.
Yeah, now
She'll do it. You watch. What if she does a G.I Jane too? Just as seriously, I thought of it. She could.
She should give a lot of money to Chris Rock. Is that's what she should do?
He should be in it. It'd be hilarious.
It just, so I mean, that's how I felt about it when I first saw it. But then also a part of me is like, well, I don't care if two rich people are making a fool of themselves. You know, like at the end of the day, I did comedy for a little over 10 years and was really into it and gave it my all. Now I'm not doing it. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, well, who gives a shit if some rich person made a fool of themselves by slapping another rich person? You know what I mean? So a part of me, when I watch it, I laugh because I'm like, that's fucking funny.
I mean,
but then at the same time, it's like, I don't want anyone that I know that's still doing comedy or comedians that I like, famous ones, being assaulted for them making a fucking joke.
Right. I don't know. It's not everybody out there is smart enough to know that's not a good idea.
Right.
So someone's going to get drunk and is going to approach the stage, and all that's going to happen in the future is that the comedy clubs are going to have to charge a little more money because they're going to have to pay for a bouncer to be at every stage.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it gets out of hand, it'll be like a concert, like you'll have to create a gap. I don't know that we should be that approachable anyway. I don't know that we are saying things up there that we should be able to walk down into the crowd just like musicians. They should not be able to walk up on the stage. And if they walk up on the stage, it's always been my opinion that it's up to you to either play with them or defend yourself. If they come at you, then it's on. If they're just fucking around, your job's still to get them off the stage. I've only let other comedians get on stage when I was on stage, and then I politely told them to fuck off. Like if it wasn't part of the gag. So
Sure.
that was my first concern. I was like, wait a minute, he just gave the green light for this kind of behavior. But then a few days later, Chris Rock, basically someone said, Chris Rock was like, I'm not a fighter. I wasn't gonna hit him back. Like it wasn't gonna be a fight. I don't fight. Have you heard my material? Like,
Yeah.
that's just the way it is. Just took it. Now, what I do like about all that, personally, Chris Rock wasn't at the height of anyone's list right now. Like they're trying to bring him back.
Sure.
So took a slap on the face. Yeah, Will Smith fucked up his career, but there's a transfer of power there.
Yeah.
Now it's more like, here's all my power, Chris. I'm gonna go take a nap. Right on the face. And Chris is like, hey, thanks. Now everyone's looking at me. I get a chance to be a real man here.
Yeah.
Everyone forgot about me since the fucking 90s. And the funny thing was he was playing Atlantic City, New York, all this right around here this week. And his tickets, I'm sure he wasn't sold out before this happened. He's sold out now. People were spending like thousands to buy these tickets that weren't selling for thousands, that didn't go for thousands. And one idiot, I read an article that someone went to one of the shows in Jersey, and the idiot sitting next to him is like, he's like, he better talk about the slapping. That's why I paid $1,000 to be here tonight.
Jesus.
And it's like, and then Chris comes out on stage all week and he's saying, I don't have anything about the slapping. He's like, it just happened. It takes time to write material.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
yeah, you can't just like, I mean, every comic's different. Like some people could just like talk about things, but some people are more calculated. He's like, yeah, it happened, but
he doesn't have anything on it yet. And maybe that's another way of saying that he's been advised not to say anything about it. I don't know.
Sure. Yeah, maybe.
But but the reason I brought that up is to say, good for Chris Rock. I'm glad he handled himself the way he did. In that regard, it made, if people are looking at comedians, then it's like, he took it.
Yeah.
He did his job. He did his fucking job. That's what everyone said. He did his job as a comedian.
Yeah.
He took the stage. He took a slap. I mean, that's not his job to get slapped in the face, but he was very professional about it. And he was like, literally like, dude, it was a joke. Like, it's a fucking joke. I'm a comedian. It's like you get mad if you go up to a guy who makes balloon animals and he gives you a fucking balloon. It's like, I don't have ice cream. I have balloons.
Yeah.
Like, so what? It was just really weird. And like, now it's just neat because everyone thought Will Smith was an amazing human. And I'm sorry, everybody, but there really aren't any amazing humans. Humans do amazing things sometimes, but none of us are flawless.
No.
So that's why it was pretty interesting to be like, is this staged? Like, did he calculate? It might be smart if this was on purpose. Like, I don't understand. But thank God, because otherwise we'd have to keep talking about Russia, and we don't want to do that anymore. That's last week, So, I'm kidding. We should, I'm really being sarcastic. Every week something new.
Sure. I just think Chris Rock handled it really good. Like even when he saw Will Smith, like just the little things, like his body language. Like when he saw Will Smith approaching the stage, like walking up, Chris Rock's hands were in front of him, right? Well, they were in front of him, is what I'm saying. And then when Will Smith got closer, he put his hands behind his back just to show like, I'm not, like, I mean, like I'm not going to do anything. My hands are behind my back. You know what I mean? Like,
but it's like he knew, like he sensed it then. You know what I mean? Like he saw him coming. He's like, I'm gonna get, and you could tell Chris Rock, like me, like a lot of other comedians, we've definitely been hit before. Because comedians talk shit even before we're comedians. That's how we figure this out. So we're running our mouth. So I'm sure Chris had been hit before. And I saw him, like, he was like, I'm taking it. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
I was like, is that staged? Because I mean, part of me is like, boy, he really got ready for this pretty quick. You know what I mean? But I don't care. In any case, just say that it wasn't. And he took it.
Yeah, I think everyone thought it was staged until Will Smith sat back down
and acted like that.
And acted like that, like quivering, like keep my wife's name out of your motherfucking mouth, like that mad, like his face was twitching, and I just like you could see how whipped and just kind of much of a wuss Will Smith is, like, because at first when Chris Rock told that joke, he was laughing.
Yeah, I didn't understand. I got really confused.
he was laughing. He was laughing. He was like, huh? And then that's when Jada or whatever was like she rolled her eyes, and then Will Smith saw that she was mad, so she's like, oh, he was like, oh, well, I better go do something about it, or I'm gonna get fucking yelled at when I get home. Because so that's what I was like, man, Will Smith, you're kind of a bitch. I'm just saying,
I mean, what if he just went over and kissed her instead?
right? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna fuck her bald ass.
Yep.
That's what I mean. Seriously, hey, everybody wins. Kiss her dome.
Well, I think that she wanted him to do that. You know
think
what I mean?
so?
Yeah. He was laughing. He liked the joke, and then he saw her react, and he was like, oh, I better get up and go do something so I don't get fucking yelled at when I get home.
I understand, but you think that she's immature enough to want him to react that way?
Yeah, she's an idiot.
Oh, I don't know. I like to think I like to think that people aren't that fucking stupid, but hey, because that's your fucking career. That's you're at work. They're at work. I'm sitting here not at work in sweatpants, but they're at work. That's what you do. Yeah. Chris Rock, his career is going to climb up a little bit, and Will Smith's is going to go take a nap.
I think it was on both of their parts, on Will and Jada. I think it was both of their parts being. Sorry, that's her name, right? I'm not getting there.
Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah. Okay. I think that they both reacted emotionally and not obviously. I think they both just were like, first thing, Jay was like, fucking Will, you better gave him eyes, you better go do something. And he was like, I'm gonna go be the man. And
you can't go do something. There's someone on stage. You talk to him afterwards if you want to, you know what I mean?
And you got to think that they know each other. They've been in this business for years. They got to think that they maybe have worked on something together or just met, been kind of friends or something. They've been in show business for at least 20 years.
Yeah, especially when Chris Rock was in his prime. I mean, even Will Smith was being humorous back. I mean, I'm sure how they not know each other. It's a small fucking world, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'm still glad that Ricky Gervais is alive, because that dude, what he said was fucking perfect. Yeah. I really kind of wish I was like, what if it was Ricky Gervais instead of what's his name up there? Sorry, I'm having a brain fart. Chris Rock. What if it was Gervais instead of Rock up there? How would that have gone? Because Ricky Gervais, he's like, I would have talked about her boyfriend.
Isn't she fucking their kid's friend or something like that?
All right, so I don't know all the ins and the outs. I just know that they're in an open relationship. The only reason it became public is because she's fucking around. That's why, she's like, yeah, I know, I know my husband's been screwing screwing the whole world for years, but I'm doing it openly. This is a trending thing that everyone's been doing anyway. It's just now, anyway, so it'll be cool to openly admit you have 7 boyfriends and 3 cases of herpes and whatever.
Right.
But in any case, yes, she's openly admitted that she was in a relationship with someone younger than her. I don't remember their direct affiliation, but long story short, it's just weird that Will Smith would be like, with that going on, I don't know. We all know, the last thing we know is that they're in an open relationship. So it'd be like, well, what are you mad about then? Are you angry because you're trying to fight for your love back, or?
Yeah, it just seems like he was just trying to be the big man and defend his.
But I guess that's it. Maybe he's trying to get her back then. Maybe he's like, you want, I don't know. I just don't understand what the hell's going on in your head where you would get if someone else is screwing your woman, okay, why would you care if someone else called her G.I Jane?
Right.
Because I think the fact that someone's drilling your woman while you're at home watching television without anything going on, that's harder to fucking palate than just watching your woman get offended by a shitty joke. I mean, hey, you know what? I don't know. I'm not in the same mentality. I'd be like, hey, I love you. Here, let me show the whole world right now. I care about you. Sorry, he busted your chops. You at least touch her hand or something. Just something. Just so, he cares about his lady. Right. She took it. They're taking it like a champ. Good for Chris Rock. Got one in there. Because when he made the joke didn't land that hard.
Right. Yeah.
It got 50% response.
Because everyone was like, "That's you might as well."
G.I. who? Half the
Yeah,
people in there were like Demi Moore. What? Who?
yeah. You should be telling fucking Bill Clinton jokes at that point. You know what I mean?
Some of those people in that room were born in 2002.
Yeah.
So they don't know fucking G.I Jane. And you could tell by the laughs because even I was like, G.I Jane, like, I love that bitch. What's she doing here? Like, oh. Like, oh, she doesn't have any hair. Because the video I saw, it's like really, it's a dark, really, it's dark. The whole damn thing's super dark. I get a new phone, but I was just like, I couldn't even tell. I was like, what? What's the fucking problem? Like, so what? And then I saw she was bald. I was like, I do it. Why
Yeah.
not? You know, watch her crank out 51 arm push-ups and then give her an orgasm. What's the problem here?
Yeah. Fine with me.
Hmm.
The way I thought about it, I was like, because I put myself in that situation. Like, if I was Will Smith, be like, and Callie was sitting there. It was, me and Callie, we're both famous. We're sitting front row of Oscar. That would totally happen. That totally happened. We're sitting there, and Chris Rock told a joke about Callie being bald. I'd just be like, we both laugh about it, be fine. Even if she was mad about it, I just, like you said, touch her hand and be like, it's fine. He's a comedian. He's doing his job.
Right.
We're sitting front row. We should know what we signed up for. Front row gets it. You should know. And we're famous. You should know what happens. But if we're walking down the street and Chris Rock's on the other side and he's like, hey, what's up, Will? Hey, you bald bitch. Then that's when you go over there and you slap the shit out of him. Because he's not on stage. That's not okay. That makes a lot of sense. That makes sense to me. You know what I mean?
That's directly offensive. It's not part of any job.
Yeah. So there's a time and place for things. On stage, yeah, he's doing his job. And it wasn't even that funny.
Well, and it was weird because then he went up and I guess he started preaching about his because he got the Academy Award.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
So he's crying, people standing oh.
And I don't know anything about this shit about movies. I don't know how much of someone's life you have to climb into to get what you need to be a good actor, to win the Oscar for that.
Right.
I don't know, but he's up there and he's like, I just want to apologize to my regular family and my King Richard family, the Serena Williams family, and all this. And I get it because they're there, I guess. I don't know who was there. Maybe they were there.
Yeah.
Right. I don't fucking know, but I was like, huh. I was like, what? Like, what are you talking about, man? Like, you're bringing up shit people don't even need to think about. Like, it don't matter. Don't point all that out. Like, people weren't even thinking that. Now you're pointing. Like, and then I just ran over a dog on the way here. I didn't even tell my neighbor yet. Like, I'm just having a really rough day. Like, oh, you're famous. Slow down. Don't say all that. Like,
right. Yeah.
They only know that you slapped the shit out of someone. That's all you have to say. Don't say anything else. It's like, oh, you guys should know that all these other people here that made this Oscar happen, and I've embarrassed myself in front of them. And like,
yeah.
And then 2 hours later, I'm going to get caught dancing to Jiggy with it in a nightclub because I got the Oscar and my hand still stings from slapping Chris Rock. It's like,
that'd be pretty cool.
he did get caught. There's a video of him dancing after that.
Oh yeah.
He did go party. It's like, we're all humans and we're acting like humans. So don't expect much. Okay.
It's true.
Pretty amazing. We've done what we've done just in general. So it was kind of neat to be like, oh, look, one of them cracked.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Will Smith, because they all just act so robotic. Like, hi, thank you, Timmy. Thank you for the award. I'd like to thank whoever I wrote on this piece of paper. Like, they just they have to act like good, clean, but and to see someone crack in their own environment is just like, oh shit. And everyone that was watching there was waiting for the punchline. Was like, okay, fake slap. Where's the punchline? This is going to be really good. And then crickets. And then Will Smith sitting back in his chair saying, keep your wife's name out of my mouth. It was just like, this is real? No one wrote this? Uh-oh.
Oh, no. We just saw the inside.
Gervais forgot to put the punchline in.
Yeah. We just saw the inside.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy, man. But hey, like I said, you and I were laid up for the week, so it was nice to have something interesting happen.
For sure. Speaking of getting jiggy with it, you want to...
Yeah, it was onto the music portion, and let's see here. This week we chose the wheel chose "Obscured by Clouds" from Pink Floyd.
Yep.
And I picked that little gem. Someone pointed it out to me recently. What'd you think?
It was good. It was a lot of people are familiar with Pink Floyd with by like, the Wall, Dark Side of the Moon, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
My favorite was always Animals.
Oh
And
yeah.
but Obscured by Clouds is honestly an album I haven't heard from them, so
Right.
ever, and I don't ever remember hearing any of the songs, honestly. So it was kind of new to me. And you know how like, Dark Side of the Moon and The Wall and stuff, like they sound they sound a certain way, like Pink Floyd does. They sound all druggy and like, ooh, like they sound like a different band,
Yep.
like this album makes them, to me, sound like a regular band, like old rock and roll band. They sound they sound, I don't want to say not special because it's a great album, but just like they don't sound exactly the way you would think Pink Floyd sounds.
Right.
They don't sound super trippy and drugged out, like smoking weed, like they sound like a normal old school rock and roll band to me on this album. And I like that. I think it's awesome. I get like, my favorite, two of my favorite tracks on that album were Childhood Ends, or Childhood's End, and then Obscured by Clouds, the first track. Are my
Yeah.
favorite.
Right. That's what
Yeah.
I think. Let me see what else. Sorry, I'm trying to. I had them. I thought I hearted the damn things, and now it's not showing up. But I remember. So while I'm looking up the songs that I was into, this album is really interesting because it's kind of like the gap album in between old Floyd and then Floyd about to become world famous rock stars.
Right.
Because Dark Side of the Moon is the next album that came out after
Okay.
Obscured by Clouds. Now, what I found out about Obscured by Clouds is actually it wasn't really meant to be an album. It was meant to be a soundtrack for a French film
Oh,
of a
really?
different name.
Okay.
Though at the end, they ended up not using it or didn't work out. So they renamed it and made it an album. It had a lot of rock, acoustic, country influences, believe it or not.
Oh,
And it was like they said, it's like the only album that's not really like just like Pink Floyd. It's the most detached away from everything else because there isn't a really long jam on there. There isn't a spacey 20-minute song or
yeah. I mean,
anything like that.
that's kind of what I was meaning. Like I was trying to, put that in the human words, and I think you did it. Like it's not super spacey and long, Jamie. It's kind of like it's more
They're just
straight down
rocks.
the middle. Straight
Right.
down the
It's a
middle.
rock album or, a
Yeah.
70s rock and roll record. You wouldn't even really know it was Floyd if someone didn't tell you because it doesn't. The one
Yeah.
the one song that came out as a single is a that was released on AM radio was Free 4.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I like that one. I like Childhood's End. Um, I'm not sure why. I've listened to so much Floyd. I always listen to Dark Side of the Moon and all the big ones.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting into the ones you just you're like, wait, what fucking album?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It's just different as hell from all the
Yeah.
other ones. That's why I thought like a deep album to listen to. But and the Absolutely Curtains, like in the end of that, there's like a chant going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's I don't know, it's just unique, just unique shit in the album that I always like that they do.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of weird that a band that is so kind of spacey and jammy and out there,
Hmm.
and when they do something that's like kind of normalish and straight down the middle, it's unique. When they're doing something that is,
Because they're used to, yeah, because their norm is being weird. So when they're not being weird, it's abnormal.
yeah, it's like when they're not being super, unique, it's unique to them. you know
Well, the couple of things I found out about this particular album is that they were already working on Dark Side of the Moon when
and
they
this,
were also doing this album. So it's
mhm.
kind of almost like a side project. And I forget exactly where, but one of the drum tracks they recycled for Dark Side of the Moon
Oh,
from
wow.
this. So they were
Mhm.
really like working on two albums and they were shoved into the studio in France. And like they said, they were like really didn't get out much. They just made this record. So it's just one of those like squeezing a diamond out of your ass. You just they got an album real quick. And that was it. But yeah, I just wanted to, I mean, nothing crazy. It's Pink Floyd. I'm sure we'll talk about Floyd again. It's Pink Floyd. Who the fuck hasn't heard of them?
Mhm.
So I'm not going to sit here and go through the history. Every time we cover a Floyd album, we'll talk a little bit more about Floyd. But personally, one of my favorite fucking bands, and I just like this record because it's different from anything else that they've done. That's it. I'm glad you liked it too, man.
Yeah.
And for all you weirdos out there that liked it, you're welcome.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It's like I said, it's not I can't remember ever hearing one of these songs before, and it's not an album I remember hearing. So I like it, and it's something I'm gonna, if I ever see it on vinyl, I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, I
But
like.
yeah, it's
I
a
know it's
good.
pretty. Yeah, Floyd. It's one of those I'd like to find in like the $5 bin.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
For sure.
because the album cover, you can't even tell what it is. It's a person taking a picture from inside of a tree, but it's out of focus.
Oh yeah, see
That's the album cover.
that's heavy.
So if you're a vinyl flipper, then you just go through the cheap bin, and you
Yeah,
have to know the cover work, or you will just flip right through shit.
right through it. Yeah, because
You
it
get
is.
right.
It kind of hurts my eyes to look at it too long. I'm like, yeah, fucking, I need glasses. You
Right,
know.
but what if like yeah, but what'll be scary is the day you look at that album cover and it doesn't hurt your eyes. Then you'll need glasses.
Or I already have glasses.
Man, what is it gonna take for that to be in focus? Like you're drunk missing one sneaker and it's like oh there it
What's
is.
up? I don't have to close an eye to see that.
You remember like I don't know
On that
like
level.
like one of the first times where you're young and you're really drunk, like you're so drunk you like when you have to like open your eyes, you're laying, like you're drunk and you're laying down and the world's spinning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's like that's what that cover art reminds me of. It reminds me of like laying there holding onto the leg of the couch with one eye open, trying to keep the world from going like this.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
This album was done in 72. So
Yeah. That was right in between. It was right in between Dark Side of the Moon. It came out right after that, and Metal, which I love Metal. Metal's right before that has. I almost think that was the album I meant to suggest, but I
okay.
I don't know because I was like, yeah, I was like Echoes isn't on here, but in any case, we'll cover that one day. But yeah, in 71 they produced Metal. In 72 they made Obscured by Clouds. In 73 they made Dark Side of the Moon. Then they started slowing down. But every year before that, they made at least one record. No shit. And then
Right.
and then if you think of it, in 75 they made The Wall, but The Wall's a double album. So they
Right.
really cranked that shit out in the mid 70s.
Oh, definitely. They were fucking going for it. Like, my favorite one, the one I like a lot, is Animals, and that was 77.
So that's the tail. Right. That's right in between. Wish You Were Here is my favorite record. And
Yeah,
that
75.
it's all in there, right? But the albums that you learn when you get into Floyd are The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
Then Animals and Wish You Were. Those are the four. Like right in the mid 70s. So what I'm trying to say is all their good shit came out in the mid 70s that you usually know, and that's when cocaine was popular. So you know what they were on. Seriously, they cranked out an album every year.
Yeah, yeah, because they were on.
That's all I have to say. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So cocaine makes great music. You won it once again. Great job, cocaine.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was a good album. I'm glad you liked it, dude.
Yeah, man, I enjoyed it. Good suggestion. It's an album that like I like, but it also gets me. I noticed it was getting me back into music from that era as well. Like it was like a good like launching point.
Yeah.
To go back into that. Like I listened to that, and then I listened to the Doors.
Okay.
Like after that, and some other stuff, and just like kind of, I don't know, Blue Oyster Cult. I was listening to that too the other day.
Sick.
I like them. I like Blue Oyster Cult. I made them a tray of veggies and hummus when I was like 19. They were it was pretty cool.
Huh?
They were I was working a show that they were playing. I worked for a catering business, and they were playing a show at the Redmond Fairgrounds, Redmond, Oregon, and I made them a bunch of crudité, that's what they call it, like big trays of vegetables and hummus and shit. So that's my claim to fame. It's I made hors d'oeuvres for Blue Oyster Cult.
The way you said it though, I just pictured like you were just some kid that really liked Blue Oyster Cult, and you were like, I know that the drummer really likes vegetables. I bet they all like vegetables. And so you spent like your own money and your own time carving up vegetables. You just like, I just picture like this movie about a country girl who wants to meet a singer and get married, and you're just like,
Yeah.
hey y'all, you like vegetables? Like you're trying to
Yeah.
get into the hangout with the band. Hope you guys like ranch.
I got some carrots. You like baby carrots? I got baby carrots.
You're the vegetable hookup. You're like trying to get backstage.
Yeah, man, I got some broccoli. You want some broccoli?
Fresh broccoli.
I got some fresh broccoli right here.
Yeah, right. What do you need, man? What do you need? I got carrots, celery sticks. I got blue cheese. Who has blue cheese? I have blue cheese.
You got blue cheese?
Want to throw up, don't you? Well, here, have some mint. I have mint right under the armpit. Makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's right there for you.
Oh, that's funny.
The DL.
Trench coat full of vegetables. Oh. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good album to want to get you into other rock and roll. It's funny you say that. I actually ended up listening to Iron Butterfly.
Oh yeah, man.
That for some reason I did Anagata Davida. I listened. I love that 17-minute version of Anagata Davida.
Yeah, it's good.
It goes so far away. You're like, what are we listening to? And then all of a sudden you hear bam, 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 like, oh shit, it's coming back.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, it's funny. You listen to like a good rock, classic rock album, and you're off and running. You're like, oh, reminds me of this, reminds me of that. I want to hear this now. I like that. Right on, man. Well, you got the wheel nearby? I think it's time to
Yeah,
pick.
man. I got it right here. I had to move it a little bit. I got the new toy case with new toys in it, so it's kind of taking up room.
It looks like a fucking gun something from here.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a bunch of guns and put them in there. That's my new collection. I'm gonna get a bunch of weapons.
It's like Wayne's World. What am I gonna do with a gun rack? I don't even own a gun.
You see that? Anna?
Yep. Oh yeah, that's nice and pretty. All shiny. All right. There you go. Yeah, it's better. You ready?
Boy, am I fucking ready.
All right. And we did get a suggestion from a really good friend of ours who works in a record store. He gave us a new read on a hot album, so we threw that on the list. But number one is still the Coco soundtrack.
Come on, Coco.
Number
Woo,
two,
baby.
not while I'm feeling like this. I don't want to.
Come on, it'll make your pee feel good.
Come on, Jesus, help me out here. Number two is An Open Space. Number three is Left Field's album Rhythm and Stealth. Number four is the new album I just talked about. The name of the band is called the Raspberry Bulbs, and the album is called Before the Age of Minors. I think it's minors and not mirrors. I'll check. Either way, it could be an album. Then we have what is that? Whitey Morgan?
Whitey Morgan and the 78s.
There it is. And their album that's number five, Honky Tonks and Cheap Motels. Number six is Billy Joel's The Stranger. Number seven, Dire Straits, Brothers in Arms. Number eight is NoFX with their album Coaster. Number nine is Scars on Broadway. That's a self-titled album. And number 10 is Blackwater Holy Light, also self-titled album.
Oh, yeah.
Alex, do your thing, man.
What do we got for him now? Tony?
I don't know.
Coco. 8.
NoFX, Coaster.
Nofix.
NoFX.
Wait. Nofix.
So for those of you watching the show who don't know what NoFX is or NoFX, that's punk. Probably the softest introduction into punk rock I could think of. I don't know, Alex would Alex probably have a little bit more on that than I will next week, but still.
Sure.
you can understand the lyrics, and it's usually pretty fun and catchy. So feel free to check out NoFX if you haven't. The album is Coaster. It's not super old. It's kind of in the middle. They always have fun, clever lyrics and rockin' fucking.
Rockin' tunes.
Yeah, that's the word. Yep. Cool, man. We got anything else? We have any special announcements? Mitzi having a birthday? Anything like that?
I don't think Mitzi's with us anymore. I was gonna say.
Oh.
It's sad, but you know.
All
Circle
right,
life. Yeah, well, you know, sorry that we've been kind of not on the ball lately. We've kind of been like
sporadic.
yeah, but you know, it's life, man. That's what happens. But like, subscribe, follow, do all that, smash it, like, thumbs up. Hopefully you're liking a lot. If you have an album like usual, and an album, an artist and the name of the album, please slide into our DMs on Instagram, or comment on the YouTube page in the comment section on the most recent video. And other than that, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Love you all very much.
Well, who could say it better than that? All right. Love you, mate. Oh, well, no, I'm not. I was gonna say I love you. Start giving me the tongue. It's not gonna happen. Maybe next time.
It's perfect.
All right. All you guys, be safe out there. You know, have a good diet, and you know, watch out for stones and COVID. They're out there.
Don't go get kissing random people.
That's right. All right. That's a fish kiss. All right, I'm out of here. Bye. I'll leave him here. All right, bye.